In their first season in the top flight, Blackburn Rovers became one of the most feared clubs in the country, finishing 4th in the Premier League, reaching the last 8 in the FA Cup and the semi-finals of the Coca-Cola Cup. The new boys had certainly earned their stripes. Their Premiership campaign continued with a new stadium under construction here at Ewood Park. Team rebuilding also moved forward relentlessly, with Kenny Dalglish determined to buy the best available talent. All thanks, of course, to the almighty chequebook of a certain Jack Walker. Such efforts have transformed Rovers and taken them onto the back pages of every paper in the land. The big boys from the big city clubs have now an unwelcome intruder to spoil the party. Rovers were amongst the most successful travellers in their opening season at the top level, and this season they've rammed home that point by some excellent performances on the road.
Stewart Ripley will take the throw for Blackburn. Touching this right-hand side, nodded down by May, back for Ripley. Nicely worked. May can put in the cross here. Newell's at the far post with a header. Not really with the required sting to beat the keeper. Good early surprise effort from Blackburn. Well worked down this right-hand side. Lovely cross floated in. And Newell with the header just didn't get it right. Not troubling the Chelsea keeper. Newell jumping for a header there, beaten in the air. Glenn Hoddle's Chelsea with a surging attack here. There's danger. Oh, and this could be, well, Cascarino and Bobby Mims and David May exchanging fierce words there. And that was almost curtains. Dennis Wise hitting that long ball through the middle. And it was real danger for a moment. May, well, he headed it back to Mims, who wasn't there. And I think Blackburn desperately thankful that the clearance came in there. Cascarino would have had an open goal. Corner right-hand side. Taken left-footed right to the far stick. Newell again was up there. It'll drop down nicely for Blackburn. Chance for Le Seaux to put a cross in. He's blocked. Rovers just struggling to build it up at the moment. Now down the right-hand side. Opportunities here for Ripley. It's really opening up for him. Puts a Sterling cross to the far post. There's the header back in, and Newell just couldn't force it over the line. I wonder if there was contact with the keeper, Dmitry Karin, Ukrainian. Ripley did extremely well. Pulled back the cross. This huge Stamford Bridge ground. Headed nicely back in, and Newell's header over the bar. Blackburn winning the midfield battle. Touch from Sherwood. Le Seaux up through the middle, he's picked out Newell. Newell with his back to goal. He's been forced to hold it up. Shot comes in there. Blazed wide of the post. Worth a try. And Sherwood gave it a good effort. Held up beautifully by Newell. And Rovers number 4 hit it well enough, but always fading wide of the post. Now Glenn Hoddle, player boss for Chelsea. Left foot ball, beautiful vision. That's a lovely ball and great running here for Chelsea. Rovers at full stretch here, but Le Seaux coming across to defend well and immediately turns defence into attack. Newell, lovely vision from him too, down the left-hand side on this occasion. Tackle from behind from Sinclair, winning it for Chelsea. Rovers again, it's really end-to-end, pulsating match now. May called into action to defend here. Just standing off a trifle. Cross coming in there, there's the header, and it's gone in for Chelsea. And Gavin Peacock's the scorer. Well, summer signing from Newcastle, Peacock, just over £1 million. plants that header into the top corner. Bobby Mims, well, really it was unstoppable. He got a hand to it, but he couldn't keep it out. Cross, well, outside of his right boot from Glenn Hoddle. That's delicious, and the header, fine finish. Mims' despairing dive. Chelsea 1-0 up. Dennis Wise for Chelsea. Finds Hoddle, stroking it through the midfield again. Wise to the edge of the box. Here's Peacock onto his left foot. And Mims does get down to that one and shuts it out. Good tackle, Hoddle. Difficult spell for Blackburn, this. Rovers are battling hard. Hoddle's given that one away. Ripley could be in here. Stewart Ripley. He's picked out Newell. Oh, and Kareem did well. Credit to the keeper. Ripley's run scythed the defensive part. Cross-checked it in for Newell. It was just going wide of him. Tried to pull it back. And the keeper timed that brilliantly, didn't he? Wilcox with the corner here. He's knocked that one in nicely. Oh, shot bludgeoned in there and charged down. Chance for Rovers again with Jason Wilcox. And Chelsea again defending well. Opportunities building up here for Wilcox. Left-hand side, again rolls the ball back to Le Seaux, the former Chelsea player, of course. Le Seaux, lovely ball to the box. Ripley, yes! Straight through the legs of the Russian keeper. And Rovers are level at 1-1. Stewart Ripley, a fair-haired winger, has put Blackburn right back in it. Cracking ball by Le Seaux. He really picked up Ripley a treat, who'd just come in from the wing, and he just advanced straight towards goal. Look at him, he's alone. His control was outstanding, and the finish, venomous. Straight under the legs of the keeper, and it's 1-1. Blackburn with their tails up now. Newell running to go, that's a bit short. Kareem, his kicking was good enough. The other end, it's Wise for Chelsea. Tackled twice, free kick for the home team. And Rovers forced into defensive action immediately after getting right back in the game at 1-1. Glenn Hoddle might fancy his chance as well, just plays it short. Cross comes in there, nice cross, headed away beautifully by Blackburn. Rifled in this time with a header over the bar. It's a sharp one. Just couldn't keep it down there, Spencer. Rovers defended this one extremely well, but it really was drilled in at this far side here. Left-footed, cracked in, and the header by John Spencer, well, just a little too fast for him, I think. got an important touch on that one, and again Rovers with the ascendancy. Ripley on the right side, needs a good cross. Kerring's missed that, and Newell strokes in a gift of a goal. And I don't think the Liverpoolian could believe his luck. Dropped onto his favourite left foot, right in front of goal. Just look at this. Ripley's cross, well, you have to say it is teasing, it's tantalising, but really Carey makes an awful hash of that. Mike Newell, thank you very much. 2-1 to Rovers, and that really is a gilt-edged gift. Rovers breaking away right-hand side, another cross coming in. Well, this one Karen doesn't have a problem with. Rolls it out well. Chelsea build up down the right-hand side. Crossing chance there. Thrown up, tossed up high in the air. Appeals for penalty, waved away by the referee as Rovers clear it. Another touch for Carrion here. And that, I think, well, he hasn't even given a free kick for that, the referee. And here's Mike Newell for Blackburn. It's charged down. And that's full time. It's all over, and Blackburn take the precious 3 points. A gift goal for them in the end. And it means that it's Chelsea 1, Blackburn Rovers 2.
Remember, it was quite a difficult time for me. Pre-season, I got a knock early on in pre-season and didn't play a game until that Chelsea game. I was a little bit disappointed with how the crowd reacted because I spent 5 years at Chelsea and you know, 4 of those were good years. My final year wasn't so good, but that was as much political as anything else. It's situations like that that you have to rise to, and I'm glad we walked away with 3 points and I could walk off the pitch sort of with my head held high, you know. They had a lot to prove. Chelsea, you know, with the circumstances down there, with Glenn being player manager, trying out a new system, and it's a hard place to go and play. I've obviously found that out now. I've been down there, but we worked very hard. And obviously after going 1-0 down, we were up against it slightly, but we came back and scored two very good goals.
You had a sizable contribution in Rovers' equaliser. Good move down the left with you and Jason Wilcox.
That's right, yeah. Jason took the ball forward and brought a couple of players across to him and turned and laid it back to me. Stewart made an excellent run from the right wing. And it was just a case of getting enough height to beat their defence, and luckily enough it went into his path. He's got a good first touch and actually put it through their goalkeeper's legs. Yeah, very pleasing that I was doing a little bit of celebration down the corner and that went in.
Rovers winner coming quite late on in the game, and a parry out from their Russian goalkeeper Kari.
That's right, again Stewart's picked the ball up quite deep, got a good ball into the box that's committed the goalkeeper to come and get it. Unfortunately, I think he's misjudged it slightly and it's gone a little bit deeper than he'd anticipated, and could only get a hand to it. Fortunately for us and unfortunately for him, he's palmed it into Mike Newell's path. Mike's made a small adjustment to put it in the goal.
Successful away day in London.
Successful away day, let's hope we have many more of them.
And we're underway, and straight in the action, the Rovers kicking from right to left. Here's Ripley. Nice little ball there. Cross pumped straight in the box. And Rovers right in the limelight. Early doors, and a chance for a cross from the left. That's a beauty. To the far post, Ripley pulls it back in. Oh, a chance there. That was a great opportunity. It wasn't taken, the cross was beautifully flighted. It was held back in nicely by Ripley, just over the head of Newell, but that's just wide, isn't it? Here's Ripley again. That ball inside. Lovely skills by Ripley. And a demon ball to the left-hand side. That's outstanding. Back in field there from Wilcox. Lovely running off the ball. And another opportunity there. Saved by Tony Coton. Hit first time there by Gallacher. Took the second chance, bite of the cherry. And no problems for Coton. Wilcox. Lovely cross-field ball to Newell. Newell, right-hand side, just holding it up, looking for some support. Keith Curl in a challenge with him there, the Manchester City captain, and Blackburn getting the decision. That'll be a Rovers free kick. Well, I mean, that's wouldn't have looked out of place on a rugby field, would it? Chance for a free kick from the right. Whipped in left-footed. Dangerously, Newell, yes! Great goal for Mike Newell. And the man who is on red-hot form gets a terrific head on that and plants it firmly in the corner. Rovers' terrific away form continues. Beautiful cross. And there's the header by Newell, and that was unstoppable. Mike Newell. Sherwood and Wilcox over this one. Sherwood putting it in nicely, headed away by Curl. Manchester City not looking too resolute in defence. That's a nicely timed run by Le Seaux. Great cross to the far post, Newell again. And Manchester City at 6s and 7s, just happy to put it straight out of the danger zone. Le Seaux with the run. Headed back in by Newell, who's so important for Blackburn in that penalty box. Newell again causing problems. Ripley. Chance for May to put it in the box. Newell holding it up. There's the shot. Just wide and over. Just brushing the angle there. Ripley did well. Newell held it up, and there was the shot. Not too far away. Oh, danger here. Mike Shearer was in the danger zone, and Graham Le Seaux saved the day with some sterling work in defence. He came back to cover the middle well, and there was the perfectly timed tackle. Ripley, chance to cross again from the right. May. Newell now. Ripley again. Onto his right foot. Lovely curling cross. Saved by Coton there. Important block from the Man City keeper. Lovely run at the near post by Gallacher, and a great save by Coton. Blackburn really forcing the pace here. May with a good chip ball. Newell being tugged around in the box. He's got round his man. There's the shot, and Coton grasped it. Mike Newell, he'd sewn up Vonk, and he'd got the shooting chance, but in truth, straight at the Manchester City keeper. And there's half-time, and that is very good news for Blackburn. Mike Newell's goal separating the sides, 1-0 to Rovers. Man City curling cross there to the far post. Blackburn defending astutely. Still not clearing the lines, it's back in the danger zone again. There's Niall Quinn. crossing opportunity is blocked there, and Rovers tear away with possession. Good break by Wilcox, puts it back in field, and a chance here for Gallagher. Gallagher's gone around the outside, there's his left foot shot, tame finish. Kevin Gallacher, well, he really showed feeling a clean pair of heels, didn't he? But the finish. Quinn puts it out wide to the right. Always improving for Manchester City, but Blackburn still looking strong here with Ripley. Ripley now, he's trying to play the through ball, he's timed it to perfection. Gallagher's away. Gallagher just holds it up on his right foot, and there's a superb finish. That is class. Sheer quality from the Scotsman. The through ball was outstanding. The finish was perfection. Kevin Gallacher. Ripley made the break. Gallagher timed his run brilliantly. And his pace, awareness and finishing power took him all the way to goal. 2-0 Rovers. And that is one, please, Scott. Goal for Manchester City. To the edge of the penalty box. Chances here, Shearer. Again, Rovers work rate. Puts them out on top. And Blackburn really competing fiercely in the midfield. Wilcox down the left-hand side now. Did he get past the keeper? Well, he's given a penalty. Referee adjudged that Coton brought down Wilcox there. Just took it past him and grabbed hold of his legs. Penalty given. And the responsibility resting with Mike Newell, who's already scored once in this game with his head. Now looks to do it from 12 yards with his feet. Oh, well, what can you say about that? Went for glory, didn't he? Went for the top corner and didn't hit the target. Shearer. Lovely ball by Shearer. Wilcox, right foot. Oh, again so close for Blackburn. Alan Shearer back in the limelight. First touch was a great ball. And Wilcox just pulled his shot wide. Bit of read. May. Feeding that one nicely for Newell. Field for Shaw. Tries to pick up Wilcox, who's been a real force in this game, and he's hit the post, would you believe it? Chance again for the winger. Appeal is for handball, not given. Manchester City breathe again, just look at that. Did everything right. And the post denied him, and again there. Desperate defending by Manchester City. And it's all over. Another terrific display away from home by Blackburn. A 2-0 win.
Splendid away performance at Main Road, and a nice goal to show for it.
Yeah, well, the pre-season games hadn't gone too well for me, and the situation against Manchester City, when I was through the keeper, I've had about 5 or 6 games pre-season, and I think I missed them all. And I was just glad that I tucked that one away, and it proved that my form was coming back a little bit.
And Rovers took the lead in that match with a classic header from Mike Newell.
Yeah, well, Mike's goal, he's getting into positions all the time, and I think it was from a set piece, and he's nicked in and got ahead and it set us on my way to a good victory.
And the killer goal came from a great through ball from Stewart Ripley.
Yeah, I think that's just the way that we played and we handled the game. We started to open up in the second half, and the chances we created were a vast amount, and again, the chances we never put away, but we managed to come away with a couple of goals to win the game.
One-on-one with Tony Coton.
Yeah, he was on top form at the time, and people were pushing him for England place,
striker of a ball, will be pretty unhappy personally about the outcome there. Bobby Mims relieved that he wasn't called upon to make a save.
No, but it was one of those that you would expect 9 times out of 10 Leon O'Brien to connect better than that. But then Steve Watson, wonderful footwork. Look at that. Control, total control of the ball. And he's just as it comes back, we like sees O'Brien, but you can see he just snatches at it. Leaning back slightly as he makes contact.
Not as high as England B level, his better times at Chelsea. Just nicely done by Cernicek. The angle given to him by Venice, but Newcastle in trouble here. With Bracewell caught in possession by Newell. Wilcox with the subsequent shot. And Newcastle just playing a little too much, too close to their own area. Beresford. Bracewell calling for it. Bracewell getting it. Plenty of time to set himself for a shot. And it hit Mike Newell. Well, there was a fantastic response from the far end of the ground. In particular, they would see it like this.
This view, everyone in the far stand, the north stand, but that dipped below the bar.
Newell. Oh, Gallacher. And here comes Wilcox on his good left foot. Beaten out by Cernicek. Back to Gallacher. Difficult one to hit. He did well to get it on target. Cernicek there again. Can Cole get to this one? He does. He turns. He shoots. But he doesn't score. Very, very close indeed.
The referee's giving a goal kick, man. I can't catch my breath with that decision. Every Blackburn player's back to the corner, but this is what Andy Cole's all about. You think he's lost a chance here? Bobby Mims does brilliantly to get a little touch on that with his left foot, because that was what kicked her out. That vital little touch with Bobby Mims' left foot stopped Andy Cole giving Newcastle the lead.
Joey. Venison, but it was hit by Wilcox. Really thumped, unfortunately for Blackburn, straight at Cernicek.
Yeah, they're looking for offside as well here as he hits that Jason Wilcox. See Barry Venison pointing there, he felt that Kevin Gallacher was still in offside position.
And Scott to compete for. Blackburn genuine in their attempts to clear it, despite the bellowing from the crowd. Back from Beresford. That's Lee! And it was a high-quality attempt. Had Newcastle really settled the business here.
This is the best piece of individual skill there's been today. Robert Lee kills it instantly. His first touch sets up the chance. It really was a wonderful half volley. You see his first touch sets it up and he's able to take it right on the half volley. Wonderful effort.
And we saw a lot of Robert Lee in the old First Division with Charlton, but usually in a struggling side. Clark. It's well read by Bracewell, who anticipated the header. Beresford. Blackburn immediately putting a barrier in his way, but the ball through for Cole, and it's in! And Newcastle United climax their best spell of the game by taking the lead on the hour here. And look what it means. He's the king. Andy Cole.
It's a great finish. It's the area we've been talking about. Behind the back four. In comes Cole. One touch and he set it up. And the left foot was quite decisive. Watch his one again. Question mark as to whether he's offside there. Blackburn may have had a case, but Cole wasn't standing around to ask questions. First touch sets it up, and the second was quite emphatic.
It is Ripley off, Shearer on. And Newcastle not really welcoming one of their own.
But he's a threat.
Cole, who's certainly that. Marker is beaten. Still Cole. And it's wide in any case. David May was guarding the line. But another thrilling break from the latest in a long, long line of Newcastle United number 9.
There he goes, the ball's played into exactly the area it was, but Nicky Marker does well. He's tugging away at him there, taking a chance, but just Shearer thought, go on, you passed him on your left side, carry on. But he's not that comfortable on that side, as you see.
Show it. Here's Shearer. Alan Shearer for Blackburn. He's back, and he's done it. He's come back against his hometown club, and it's a fairy tale for Alan Shearer with 15 minutes to go. And Kenny Dalglish, who's not given to great expressions of delight, with a huge grin. It's great news for Blackburn, it's great news for England as well.
It's a great ball, and it's a fabulous run from Shearer. But it shows that he's lost none of the composure that he possesses in abundance. This is not an easy chance. You imagine being out for so long, and you're coming back to your hometown, and that's a difficult chance. Took it on his right foot, controlled it beautifully. And pardon me if I don't sound surprised, Martin.
Well, it's his first goal since Boxing Day, when he got the injury that shattered his world and put question marks against his career. And to do it here against the club he supported as a boy, on a ground where he was a ball boy, the day Kevin Keegan played his last game in Newcastle United's colours. As you said, the scene was set. Gallacher. Is it 2? Well, at a time when we were talking about Newcastle needing a second goal, Blackburn, within a matter of minutes really, almost had a second of their own.
Oh, they're up now. That's what I was saying. You have to control the game when you're at home like this. They didn't. And I think that's a corner. I think Barry Venison did ever so well to get something on that from Gallacher.
This is Graham Le Seaux, weaving his way through. Oh! From almost under the bar, David May.
Well, only David will be able to tell us if it was just a fraction too high for him. It certainly didn't look it. Wonderful play from Graham Le Seaux. He has a vision to pick him out, and I think, in all honesty, David May should have done better than that. Performed really well at centre-back for the majority of this game. What an opportunity for him to get some headlines of his own.
Up a Batty, hoping that a Newcastle player would get into that area first, but Graham Le Seaux scurried across and he's given it straight away to Lee Clark. Blackburn backpedaling. Clark tried for goal, and he might have an angle to reveal just how near it was.
It's a fine shot, but Graham Le Seaux, they're guilty of just when you've got it and you're under pressure, clear your lines. And that's only a yard wide of creeping in there from Lee Clark. He's been pretty quiet this half, but he took the opportunity, and a little bit more bend than that. Just might have sneaked in the bottom corner.
I couldn't have picked a better time to come off the bench and score a goal. I hadn't played at Newcastle until then, and it was great to do that in front of all the family and friends. But since then, I've now lost a few friends. I had the chance to go to Newcastle when I was a kid, but I mean, a lot of people ask me why, but I've never been able to answer the question. I joined Southampton because of the coaching staff, and I had a lot of friends down there as well.
And Rovers had to subdue the passion of the crowd that day and come back from being a goal down.
Yeah, that's right. We did very well up there. Considering we went 1-0 down, we could have caved in and conceded 2 or 3 more. But give credit to the lads, they battled on and kept going. I think we deserved the point in the end.
And a very sweet moment for you.
It was a great through ball. Tim's picked it up in the middle of the park, seen my run, and I've just managed to get the edge on the defender and slip it past the keeper into the far corner of my right peg.
Look at Rush there, Martin. You see that? The way he tackled back. That's wonderful.
Mulvey, wonderful is the word for the pass too, from McManaman from Mulvey. Maybe hoping to catch Mims off his line, or maybe look for Nicol coming in from the left-hand side. Either way, it didn't work out for Steve McManaman, but it all started with Ian Rush coming back to win the ball.
I mean, he's been doing it now for 12 years, and defenders know all about it, but he never gives up.
The extra point from David May headed over. A good position late in the game. Mulvey not given the time by Warhurst. Gallacher Ripley lining it up. It hit Gallacher. It would have been certainly his goal had Grobbelaar committed himself too far in the other direction. He was able to readjust.
Well adjusted from Bruce, because with the surface, as was mentioned, very slippy. Any loss of footwork there, and he could be picking that out of the net.
Manaman battling on. He's made his own luck here. I think Steve Nicol was hoping for a cross. Whether it was an attempted cross, only McManaman will know. It certainly went nearer the goal than it did to Nicol.
I'm telling you, he's gone for goal. There's no way that's a cross, and I think Steve Nicol's got every right to be annoyed with him. He tried it earlier on in the match and was no good. What you see here, though, Rush is taking the only defender in. And there you see Nicol just off picture there, coming in, totally isolated at the back post.
Mulvey. Well, for a second looked as though they were going to stand off, and then they crowded Mulvey out, really. Gallacher. Plenty of support to his left. Oh, and it was a whisker away from Warhurst as he came storming in for what would have been a sensational start to his career in the blue and white halves.
Well, that's the main reason he's in the side in that position. Look at where he comes from. Comes from nowhere. No one in the Liverpool midfield can keep up with him. And that's one time the conditions have robbed him.
Good work by Gurnabit. Here's Mark Wright trying to change the shape of things for Liverpool. Mulvey. Wright continued into the area as well. Nicol. Wright missed it, but it comes from McManaman. Beaten out by Mims. Mark Wright shoots. The blocking player was David May. The danger not over yet. The ball is over the bar. The whistle has gone for foul.
I think the free kick was given against Nigel Clough at the end of the day. What a good block David May had on Mark Wright. But it's a nickel chance again. Steve McManaman's the one who's had the chances in this match for Liverpool. His first touch lets him down. You see that? Too wide. He hits it at a goalkeeper's height, but look at the block from May. That's tremendous defending. And the free kick there that follows.
But it was a great show of enterprise by Mark Wright, who was looking up and seeing perhaps that Liverpool were getting set in their formation, rather static in the way they were playing. And he might have had a goal then, but for David May flinging himself into the path of the attempted shot. Oh, Wilcox. It's Blackburn Rovers. Are they going to take the lead here through Gallacher? They're not. And that's really what we were saying at the start, that Liverpool do give you a chance.
The movement's been lovely all match from Ripley and Wilcox. They haven't been restricted to stay in their wings. This is a lovely, enterprising run. Doesn't quite get it, but Bruce Grobbelaar, believe me, has to be at his very best to get something on that.
Cross to come in, trying to guide it down. This will play between Ripley and Sherwood. Warhurst. Sherwood spotting where the space was. He's got it through to Ripley, and a slip by Ruddock might let Blackburn in here. Gallacher! Oh! So once he'd met it, you really expected it to fly in.
Well, from our angle, he's got to score. Neil Ruddock gambles badly because he completely went on the wrong side, and when it comes across like that, I thought it's a case of pick this out.
Ripley. And this will be Blackburn's ball with Sherwood, and the shot stops it being Blackburn's goal. Grobbelaar flicked it over the top.
Well, there's no doubt Bruce has been the busier goalkeeper today. This is a fine save. He gets height on it, Sherwood, and you can see it just tipping under the bar. And Bruce has to make a very good save to keep that out.
Blackburn's corner. Oh, it was misjudged, and brilliantly taken by Mike Newell. Brilliantly taken. It deceived Liverpool collectively, and Kenny Dalglish leads the applause. Grobbelaar charged off his line, and Newell somehow manufactured a shot that had the ball speeding into the top of the net.
Well, Neil Ruddock's a question mark for me. His possession's poor. You see the 25 there. He's the one with responsibility. Gets dragged to the ball. He doesn't make it. And what a magnificent finish from Mike Newell. This is not an easy chance. And he finished it beautifully.
With the free kick. Mark Wright going in, and round the back came Rosenthal.
Well, there you go, Mark. There's an example how difficult Mike Newell's chance was, because it's almost a carbon copy. It arrived on the half volley when Newell controlled it so brilliantly. Rosenthal, whether it was just, you see the difference, I think, there, it bounces about a foot in front of him. And that's what probably made this chance a little bit more difficult. Newell met it, exactly on the half volley. Rosenthal was unable to do so.
Ian Rastrey here has gone straight to the treatment room, which, as the course indicates, he's gone off with the injury, which we believe to be a thigh strain. Wilcox deflected against the bar. Newell, was it over the line? No. The linesman in the perfect place. No goal. An amazing episode. Still 1-0 to Blackburn. A goal for himself via a deflection.
Here we see it again. It takes a wicked deflection off Rob Jones. Totally deceives Bruce. He can't get an awful lot on it, but I think we can see there that Bruce Bradley covers very well indeed to stop that one going in. What a let-off.
Blackburn not looking as though they're going to fall into that trap. Newell tries it. Didn't really have eyes for Kevin Gallacher to his right.
I think that's right. You can see Mike Newell had made his mind up very early to take the shot on.
Yeah, it's always a little bit extra special to go to a place that where you've grown up and you've watched for 20 years or so. And it's always an enjoyable day. We did play some good football. We had Warhurst making his debut that day, and he certainly enjoyed himself, and we got the 3 points. You can't ask for any more at Anfield. Kevin Gallacher put a nice ball across for him, and he was just a whisker away from opening and scoring. Well, I said at the time that it was always going to be competitive, and particularly when Liverpool went behind, a few tackles started to fly, but I said at the time that's all you would expect, and our lads competed well with them. Mimsy made a good save first half. I think there wasn't that many chances created first half. McManaman had a shot, and Mimsy dealt with it well. But it was a fairly quiet first half. We started to come into the game a little bit more just before half time. Jason found a way through, created the chance himself, and it was a good save from Grobler. He came out a little bit more confident second half. Kevin had a good chance that Stewart knocked whipped one across the face of the goals. And then Tim had one tipped over from Grobler a bit later. In the corner, all I can remember is Jason hitting quite a clean corner in. I can remember Ruddock missing it, and I thought I was actually going to miss it at the time, and just stretched out a leg and could have flown anywhere. Luckily enough, it went in the top corner. Very often they're the ones, when you're off balance, the ones that find their way in. When you can strike balls cleanly and keep them and make good save, or they can just miss the target, and it was just when it's your day, it goes in.
Back towards the end of the game, Rovers could have increased their lead through Jason Wilcox.
Yeah, Jason hit a clean ball, but I don't think it was going in, so it was deflected. It rattled off the bar, and I just couldn't get enough power on it to direct it back into the goal.
Did you think the one half second would have crossed the line?
No, not really, no. I never ever thought any time it was going to get there.
And the end result, a great one for the fans, the team, and of course the manager. I'm sure it meant a lot to him.
I'm sure it did, yeah, but at the end of the day you only get 3 points for it, don't you? It's always nice to go to places like Anfield and get a result. For the supporters as well, it's great to go to the big grounds and get a result. You have to maintain those standards. It's no good winning at Anfield and then failing at other grounds or lesser grounds, a couple of weeks later. You have to maintain the standards you set, and I think since the Liverpool game we have maintained them standards. And hopefully that's something that we'll get at Blackburn. Teams will relish coming to Blackburn eventually and playing against us.
Header there in the defence for Blackburn. Really expected to come out on top against Swindon Rovers. They'll be eager to make sure they get their authority drilled home early on in this match. Swindon, nice little free kick there. 6-yard box, pulled back in, and Mims gets down well and makes an important interception there. Couldn't grasp it fully, but I think he's done just enough there. It's pulled back well, and Swindon are looking for the runners, and Bobby Mims just pushed it away from them, and Blackburn were able to get it clear. Bowed in for Swindon. It's a breaking pass headed down nicely towards Ripley. Ripley's managed to keep that, but Blackburn have given it away there. Opportunities for Swindon now. And that will run nicely for Jason Wilcox. Left-hand side, Wilcox pushes it through the middle. Well, Swindon managing to block out Shearer. Now Blackburn with a chance. Again, another well-timed tackle. But a chance here. And left-footed, yes, it's gone in. Alan Shearer. Well, they'd marked him well twice, but the third time the England striker was on top. Paul Warhurst with a beautiful through ball to him. And Shearer sniff at goal. And that's mine, he says. Left-footed in the corner. Great goal for Shearer. Oh, and a chance for Swindon. Oh, Bobby Mims committed. And that must be a penalty, is it? Well, he hasn't given it. The referee saw absolutely nothing wrong with this, and I think Rovers, just riding their luck. Bobby Mims, well, he was beaten into possession there. He was in no man's land, and Swindon, well, the goal gaping. It just seemed certain they'd score, but there's the collision. Well, not quite sure what the referee made of that, but no penalty given. Left-hand side for Rovers, Le Seaux. Lovely ball there. Oh, and that will be a free kick on the edge of the penalty box. Or will it not? No. Well, referee saw nothing wrong with that challenge either, and I think Rovers, the team who are a trifle unfortunate now. Bobby Mims, that will run through to him nicely. And he'll hurl it into touch, because I think there's a bit of a serious injury here. Paul Warhurst was running to go. There's an opportunity for him, and that really is a bad tackle. It didn't seem to me there was any attempt to play the ball, and I think the former Sheffield Wednesday player is in a lot of pain there. Bad tackle. And this is not the most pretty scene, not just if you're a Rovers fan, but if you're a football fan, really. Paul Warhurst, I think, will be stretchered off, and he doesn't look very comfortable at all, does he? Can't quite understand why the referee didn't give a free kick, let alone that. You would have thought the player should have been booked at least for that sort of a challenge. That's what the Rovers fans think. And that, well, he's still not giving free kicks, this referee. And Swindon bring the ball down the right-hand side. A chance for Swindon here to catch Blackburn. Well, he's held it up, the lad. And they're still not able to put their cross into the box. They'll settle for a corner. Swindon Town at the bottom without a league win yet. Finding life in the Premiership very tough. No more so than this afternoon. corner from the right. Flighted to the far post. Blackburn struggling to defend that one. It's gone in. Goal for Swindon. And Swindon Town, a club at the bottom, way adrift of anyone else, pulling level with mighty Blackburn Rovers. Rovers just not getting a header, and he's put that in from a long way, hasn't he? And Le Seaux and Mins couldn't clear it off the line. Goal for Swindon. Just lacking in confidence a little bit there, perhaps. Now May, as he picked out Shearer. Shearer will leave it there for Wilcox, who hits a stinging shot. It's just over the angle. Alan Shearer thought he was through for a moment, but he spotted Jason Wilcox in a better position. Let it run for him, and he really connected. Just over the angle. And a chance for Gallagher to run. Kevin Gallacher back onto his right foot. What a run! Saved the first time by Digby. And Gallagher, that was almost a terrific goal. The Swindon keeper made that important stop. The good block. But he just waltzed through the defenders, toying with them. Great run by Gallagher, but unrewarded. Blackburn still searching for that elusive second. And here's Shearer. And Shearer hits a shot and a great save by the keeper. Well, a terrific double save there. First Gallagher, second Shearer. And he's kept Swindon in the game. Ripley. Touching field. Nice little ball there. Again now Shearer. Shearer gets a ricochet off the cross. Ripley squeezes it in. Blackburn go ahead. The deserved goal they've been looking for. They've been searching for some time. Look at the relief on Shearer, who played the through ball. Got a deflection, which made it more difficult really for Ripley, but he squeezed it in beautifully. Blackburn 2-1. Beat Swindon. Sherwood, nice little pass. Shearer out to Ripley. Rovers overflowing with confidence now. Ripley looks for the telling cross. Shearer's in there, nodding it down well. Gallagher tried to hit the stinger. There's Ripley again. Got the poise about him. Left foot shots. That wasn't a bad effort. Just left his marker for dead. Onto his left peg. Hit it well, but just rising too much. Stewart Ripley, good tackle. And a chance here for Alan Shearer. Just pauses a little bit, holds up play now, plays a quality ball through. Chances, oh, side netting. Side netting, and Blackburn was staring 3-1 ahead in the face there. Shearer's ball, sheer quality. Side netting. Wilcox. Lovely ball on the left tunnel. Shearer's away. Shearer must score. Shearer takes it round them all and rolls it in. And the mark of quality from one of the top strikers around shines through again for Rovers. This man has a phenomenal strike rate. And that was strength, it was quality, it was sheer willpower to score goals. And Digby denied him once. He wasn't going to let him get a second chance. 3-1 to Blackburn.
If you look at our team, we've got some very quick forwards, and our midfield players are relatively quick as well. And I think we've already made sides to break away from away from home and hit people on the break very easily, and we score a lot of goals like that. At home, the onus is a different. We have to go forward, we have to make the play, and a lot of teams have come to Wewood Park this season and played a sweeper or played 5 at the back and congested the midfield and made it very difficult for us to break them down. And sometimes it frustrates the crowd, and more often than not, it spills over onto the pitch, and the players become a bit frustrated as well.
Well, your second goal of the season came at the Swindon game. What sort of a match was that to play in? Because it was a match that Rovers were heavy favourites for. Swindon anchored at the foot of the table.
They play some very good, attractive football. They pass it on the deck, and they put some nice short passing movements together. Swindon are not as bad a side as the position would suggest. They've got some talented players who can play a bit. Maybe they haven't got the cutting edge that some of the other sides in the division have. In most of the games away from home, we've got to weather the first 15, 20 minutes when teams are going to come at you and try and put the pressure and set their stall out to dominate the game. More often than not, we can soak that up and then we come forward ourselves.
Rovers' opening goal at Swindon coming from the new midfield combination that played up there, Tim Shearer and Paul Warner.
Yeah, they had a lot of time to get themselves an understanding, but obviously it worked there, and Alan took it away very well. I think it's maybe one of his earlier games back in the side. He's still got that eye for goal. He's just looked up, had a glance up, and seeing Alan on his way. Alan takes it away from the defender, gives himself time to slot it home.
Unfortunately for Paul Warner, later in the game, a broken leg.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate for Paul. He was just starting to get into his stride, we all felt, and a valuable contribution to the side. And it's just the luck of the draw sometimes. It didn't seem, it was a pretty innocuous tackle at the time, and didn't seem a lot. And yet he's broke, a bone in his leg, so very, very unlucky. Gradually, I think as the match went on, we got more and more into it, and they became a little bit edgy, and we started to make quite a few chances. And just that one there, the keeper made a very good save.
Rovers' second goal coming from a free kick. You're often the provider for Alan Shearer. This time the roles reversed.
I think he took a ricochet off somebody. Yeah, just took a ricochet and it just fell nicely for him. The keeper came out, and I don't think he realised that. It was spinning back a little bit, and it stopped for me a little bit, and I just didn't get it. At Middlesbrough, a lot of onus was on me to provide crosses for Paul Wilkinson, and that's all I ever did. I stayed out wide and got the ball in the box, whereas at this club I've been encouraged to come inside a little bit more and get into close ball positions, and obviously with the players in this side, we do create a lot of chances, and we've got more chance of getting on the score sheet.
Rovers' third goal, and the killer goal really, coming by Jason Wilcox.
It's a great ball. Alan cuts inside, it spun back again for the defender. He miscalculated a little bit. Alan just took it away. He's gone on the keeper well. He slotted it in. We needed that goal actually, because with just one goal, being one goal ahead, there was a chance they can nick something, but that really sealed it for him.
McAllister for Leeds United. The skipper would run there. Leeds attacking strongly through Rod Wallace. Brian Dean with a chip shot there, but not really a fine finish by the former Sheffield United striker. Wallace, real purposeful run. Dean, well, it dropped down to him. The chip was inviting, but never really troubled Nims with that. Tony Dorigo for Leeds. Now McAllister to Brian Dean, holding it up for McAllister. Dean again, first time shot. Off the post. think Mims got an important touch on that one, actually, for Rovers. It was Dean's second shooting chance. Hit this one much cleaner. Well, off the upright and a let off for Rovers. Nice pick up there by Sherwood, out to the right, and Ripley. Ripley runs at Dorigo to go find a way round him, and he's managed to pull back the cross. There's the header. Oh, and it's gone in. It's been forced over the line, and Blackburn are ahead. Rovers stealing ahead in this match, right in front of the Kop end at Leeds. Ripley, his cross got a deflection off Dorigo. Newell managed to bobble down the header. Beanie, well, straight in for Shearer, and he doesn't miss them from that range, does he? Alan Shearer. He cannot stop scoring. Brian Dean for Leeds, playing that one out to the left-hand side, not a good ball. There's Ripley for Blackburn. Tackled from behind by Dorigo, no free kick given. Sherwood picks it up. Pass to the right-hand side now. Oh, good run. And good cross, and Leeds, oh, struggling very, very much to get it away. And that one cleared off the line. I think offside had been given. With David Rocastle for Leeds. Out for Tony Dorigo. Chips that one down the line, and Blackburn defend well. Leeds building purposefully. And Mims claiming that cross with ease. Big Brian Dean was lurking, 6'3" of him, and Mims fully aware of that. Well played, and Blackburn have got another chance here to go further ahead. It'll be a corner for Rovers. Hanging on to that 1-0 lead. Corner in front of their travelling fans who come over from Lancashire into Yorkshire this afternoon. Good corner. Dangerous to the far post. Leeds don't fully clear it. Ripley. Ooh, teasing cross, and a second. Blackburn go 2 ahead. And the ball in by Ripley was class. He went round McAllister and drilled it in along the floor. Beanie stuck to his line, and there was the second goal of the game. And it's Alan Shearer again. His second of the match. And again, he's in the right place at the right time. Rovers 2-0 up at Elland Road. Almost unheard of in these parts of Yorkshire. Shearer holding that one up nicely. Leeds trying to play it away, desperate to get back into this match. McAllister to the edge of the box. Dean's trying to bustle his way through. Leeds get a penalty. Brian Dean earned it. He was trying to force his way past with brute effort. And, well, not quite sure what it's been given for. But the referee awards a penalty to Leeds United. And it's not often that Gary McAllister misses them. McAllister against Bobby Mims. Rovers hope to stick this one out. quality penalty. That was unstoppable. Guessed the right way, Bobby Mims, but the finish was firm and true and just lifted a trifle right in the top corner. Rovers now 2-1 ahead. Ripley scampering away on the right-hand side. Oh, good tackle. Fine tackle there. Batty for Leeds. Gary Speed running in the midfield. Tackled there. It will be a Blackburn free kick. Taken quickly. And Shearer! Oh, a hat-trick for Alan Shearer! And that sent him wild. Shearer cannot believe it. A hat-trick away from home. Credit to Newell. Presence of mind to take the free kick quickly. Lobbed it over for Shearer. Leeds were sleeping. And just look at the finish. Cannonballed into the corner. Rovers 3-1 ahead now. Corner for Leeds. It's got there, there's the shot, and that's one back. 3-2. And this extraordinary game takes another twist. McAllister's corner. Rovers didn't really deal with it. The heads went up there, and it was rifled in by Weatherall. Couldn't clear it off the line there, Sherwood. Dean plays it in to McAllister. Ball back across. Oh, it's gone in. 3-3. And Leeds are level. And Rovers cannot believe it. 3-1 ahead with 10 minutes left. And it's level. We've seen 6 goals. And Leeds get their third and the crucial equaliser. McAllister with the cross, he did well to pull it back. I think it just got a slight deflection there. Well, own goal really, isn't it? Batty winning that well for Leeds. And Florigo. Florigo's cross. And there's full time. 6-goal thriller at Elland Road. Leeds 3, Rovers 3.
David, your move to Blackburn Rovers took the football world by surprise. Was it a difficult decision for you to make?
Not really. I mean, it happened so quick. Tuesday morning, I came in down at Leeds, and I had looked and said, Kenny Dalglish wanted to talk to me, and they'd accepted the bid. So as soon as I heard that, I was off, and then within an hour, I was over here meeting Mr. Dalglish. Really, the reason I came to Blackburn was I think it can improve my game a lot. It's a different sort of football I enjoy more, and I'm looking forward to being a part of a really good side. Local people that like seeing a lad that's come through ranks being sold. But I mean, as soon as they start winning or keep doing well, people have short memories. My mum and dad were away on holiday when it were all going off, and they saw it on telly that I'd moved, which were a bit disappointing from my point of view, but because I followed my career so closely, and it were, you know, for him not to be there when it were all happening. The first thing he said was about the kit, that was his favourite kit for the start. I mean, it's one of the oldest kits, it hasn't changed, and that was the first thing he said. So from that point of view, we're happy to be moving. My last 2 games for Leeds were against Blackburn. I played a full game in reserve against Blackburn the week before, and then on Saturday I came on a sub against them, so it was quite ironic really had a nightmare first half, especially, and Rovers were dominating the game for long spells, and something had to be done. And I mean, they'd thrown Frank Strandley on, Wilkinson had thrown him on, and then the only other option would have thrown me on, and it just happened that it all changed. I mean, Leeds had to come back into the game sometime, and I think it more coincidence than me actually coming on and playing. They just knew how to come to Leeds and play the game. They controlled it throughout, apart from back end where Leeds crowd really got on their side. But they played really good football. Everybody wanted it. Everybody wanted the ball, and they were full of confidence. And that's what really. So as soon as I knew Blackburn were in for me, that's really because of the style of football. And I think I can improve playing in a good side like this. That I can. They must have been disappointed to play as they did, and just get the point, because at one stage, well, for a long time in that game, the 3 points weren't for definitely. They were going to be Rovers.
Yeah, that's right. I think we were a little bit disappointed not to take all 3 points after being 2-0, I think, and 3-1 up. But there you go, that's football. You give credit to Leeds for coming back in the way they did. I think we would have settled for that before the game. But as I said, having been in the position we were a little bit disappointed not to take all 3.
Well, I think Tony will be disappointed there, letting him get the cross, and he went up ball quite a bit. And then Mike nodded it down, and there's Al with a typical centre-forward goal. You can see him, Tony maybe should have he got a little bit of a touch, but it's come over. Good touch from Mike, like, headed down. Then he's just managed to put it out, and there's Al to finish it. Good finish. Leeds do pride themselves on organisation from set pieces, and won't be too after conceding. I mean, it's not just the corner, it's the afterwards, and like Stewart putting a bit of Louis on ball there. Got it to back stick, and there's another good finish. Defence maybe a bit asleep there. Once you get in those positions, it is important that you get good quality crosses in, and Stewart's done that. Get it past that first man, and then hope can happen. So it's quite happy with that. We thought we were in with a real good chance. Maybe, I mean, there was plenty of time to get another 2 to win the game. But soon after, Rovers got back in front, and then once I'd it myself, I thought that was it for us then. Speedy's come out. Tim's done well, he's got in front of him. Speedy was travelling a bit quicker, but Tim's defended well. Mike's gone up ball, leaves the fence a bit asleep, and our great volley into the bottom corner. It's just instinct between both of them. Good partnership, and you can see there they're well happy how they've done that. Great finish. 3-1 up.
Manager Kenny Dalglish is always talking about the spirit within this club, off the field and on the pitch. It hasn't taken you long to settle with Blackburn Rovers, has it? And that's a credit to the lads.
Well, yeah, it is. I mean, from everybody in office, they've made me feel very welcome, and it's just a nice homely club. I think because it was my only move so far in my career, I was a little bit apprehensive, as you can imagine, after it was 9 years at Leeds, moving to a new environment, new players. But after a day or so, I thought I'd been here a lot longer.